Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be about BlueFace and Chrisean. So I don't know anything of this guy, so I'm going to be checking out his energies as far as who is he as a person, also for her as well. Then I'm going to be asking questions I believe everyone is curious to know. So let me see, who is he as a person? What can I see regarding him? Who is he as a person? This is going to be an interesting reading, I'm sure. I've been avoiding sort of just like doing readings on this dude and these people because it seems like what it is. But this is going to be fascinating. This is interesting. This is very shady energies, right? The crafty crocodile. Even when it's upright, it represents kind of like shady energy, especially depending on the vibe that I receive and like the reading and all of that. So it's kind of just like someone that's strategic, someone that's cutthroat. The fact that it's in reverse is showing me someone that's sort of just like cutthroat, but almost like a cutthroat of like ignorance. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, usually when it's upright, it represents kind of just like being cutthroat for like a serious cause, like trying to progress yourself. The fact that it's in reverse, it's inverted, it's showing me a dude that's kind of just like cutthroat, but it's no true reason behind it. It's no true sort of just like strategy. It's kind of just like being cutthroat for the sake of being cutthroat. So I'm definitely seeing that. Let's see, what else can I see about this guy? This is going to be fascinating because right off the bat, it's showing me some deep shit. He's sensitive though with this koala. Not just that, he's very clingy. That is really interesting. I'm actually getting like a vibe of like a dude that's kind of like boyish. You know what I mean? Kind of just like silly, immature. He's almost like a child. And I know that this is the obvious, but this has to do with like his emotional nature. Like, I don't know if people actually know this about him, but it's kind of just like he clings to people. It's almost like a desperate sort of youth that like I'm picking up. You know what I mean? Very interesting. Fascinating. And it's funny that it's giving me immature vibes because that's what we all know of him. But it's funny that that's what's popping up. Let's see. What else can I see? He's slick though. He's definitely slick. Not just that, this shows that he is a ladies' man. You know, he doesn't like keep it a secret that he loves to cheat and all that, and that's what sort of just like the frolicking fox represents. It represents a slick person that indulged in sort of just like a ton of sexual activities is what I'm seeing. At the same time though, this is really fascinating. I don't know how to say this because I'm not like trying to put people off, but this dude, he has homosexual tendencies. I gotta call it as it is with this fabulous flamingo. I'm definitely seeing like his tendencies is kind of like of a gay nature. I'm going to be looking into these energies further for sure. So let's see. Let's see what this deck shows, because this is a deep deck. I'm going to go down each slot. Alright. Not just that, he's also involved in sort of just like witchcraft, because that's what this card represents as well. And it's interesting because this also represents spiritual connection, right? It represents when your spiritual connection is off. It also represents someone that does like foolish things, like of like witchcraft. And I'm not saying anything serious. You know what I mean? Like lighting a candle in hopes of manifesting is like a form of witchcraft. That's what I'm seeing. I'm not picking up as of the moment anything like deep or serious. But again, this card came out inverted. So it's showing me it's kind of just like his situation is really severe, right? Because it's like he's all into that whole new age situation, but at the same time, he has no spiritual connections. This dude, he's operating on a lot of ignorance. Because what was I telling you? That this is basically like his vibe of ignorance, right? Of like him trying to be like cutthroat, ruthless, strategic, but it's kind of just like not for any like true cause. Not just that, it reflects with this energy, because it's like he doesn't know what he's gonna do. You saw this guy hands is all like weird and shit. He's trying to put together the pieces, trying to craft things. He just doesn't know what he's doing. He has no connections, like no true sort of just like warm spiritual connections. He's out in the cold, very deep. Let's see, what else can I see? All right. He has a lot of snakes around him as well, because people understand that he does have a soft nature. You know, I don't know anything of this dude. The only thing I know of him is that he likes kind of, I guess, like brags about cheating and just like silly nonsense. It's nothing like serious that I like know of him. But what this is showing me is that there's a lot of snakes around him. There's definitely a lot of snakes around him. Not just that. This is an energy of spell work, of negative spell work, that people are kind of like imposing on him, trying to inflict him, trying to control him. He has a lot of snakes around him, a lot of snakes in his camp. And it's because he is immature, and at the heart of things, he is kind. Not just that, he gets like really attached to people, and that's why he kind of like attracts sort of just like these negative people, these negative forces is what I'm seeing. Let's look deeper. All right. So this is deep, right? Because the cards are face down, so it definitely affects his emotions. It also affects the emotions of the people around him, because this is all about him basically like just being out there, like frolicking, like enjoying a lot of like sexual shit, because these cards have multiple meanings actually, and the fox is a very sexual, sensual energy. So let's see what's going on with that. Third party situations. He's definitely caught in third party situations. Not just that, his passions get the most of him. You see how this guy has this like hand on his crotch? This dude, he has a ton of sexual passions. A ton of sexual passions. It's like he can't control himself, even if he truly tried. And it's funny because like, I know that like he says shit like he cheats and I guess he doesn't care. But I just thought he was trying to be cute, trying to just be stupid. But I'm actually seeing a guy that actually really can't control himself. Like, let's look deeper. Ooh, this is not a good situation though, because he's kind of like accumulating bad karma. He's definitely accumulating bad karma. Not just that. You know, there's checks and balances in this world. We have like an earthly legal situation. We also have a spiritual legal situation. I'm seeing that he's dealing with both. I'm definitely seeing that he's going to be dealing with both. This is deep energies. This is energies of karma. Not just that. This is like energies of like him needing to be like reined in. You know what I mean? Kind of just like when those like cowboys sort of just like wrap ropes around like a bull sort of energy. That's what I'm seeing. It's kind of just like the energies are going to like try to like humble him. Not just that, get him to control himself, because he's out here really doing the most. Like, I'm seeing sexual things that's not healthy for him, not healthy for other people. I'm also seeing infections. And let me just say that this reading is all for entertainment purposes only, and it's all allegedly. I have to say that because of YouTube, but we know that the energies are true. But what I'm seeing is that he's involved in a lot of weird shit. He's definitely involved in a lot of weird shit. And it's funny, right? That I was telling you that this card had to do with kind of just like, it doesn't always have to, but just the vibe that I'm picking up has to do with like homosexuality, weird shit like that, right? I mean, it's not weird, it's natural, it is what it is. But I'm just trying to say, like, when you're like dating females and I guess like just trying to appear as straight, but really like you have like other activities going on, you know, that's where the weirdness comes in. But as far as just like you being involved in whatever, like, you know what I mean, as long as you're true to yourself and you're not lying to people, it's not weird. I have to say that because people really like hang on to what I say. I've been noticing, so I have to like watch how I say things and how I phrase things. But it's interesting though, right, that these two cards are facing each other. It's definitely interesting, and it's kind of just like it goes hand in hand with this sort of just like spiritual situation, because it's like, again, I don't know anything of him, but I'm seeing a guy that talks a lot of shit. So let's just say like he talks shit about like gay people, gay dudes, like he tries to like make himself appear a particular way, right? But really, he has his own situations going on. So it's kind of just like he's invoking a lot of bad karma. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of just like you can be whatever you're into. You don't have to like let your secrets be out and all that sort of shit, or like tell people your business. But when you're kind of just like calling the kettle black type of shit and you're just like black, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? So that's the vibe that I'm seeing. It's kind of just like this guy, he's hooking up with females without protection. You know, he's hooking up with guys without protection. I'm seeing drug use. I'm seeing a lot of weird shit, right? And it's kind of just like he can't control himself. And he's just kind of like accumulating a lot of karma. Very deep. He has luck, though. This is definitely an energy of luck, especially with this 9 being here. This energy of Sagittarius. So I see that he definitely has luck. He also have dreams. He's going to be coming into some positive energies. So it's not so bad. Not just that, this also relates to sort of just like behind the scenes shit, right? So it's funny that it's showing me something really deep, right? Because it's like, why does this guy get a lot of attention out of like a lot of like rap dudes and shit? It's like this guy, he's been in the news back to back lately. They've been following him and all that, right? And the reason why is because behind the scenes, he's giving up his booty. It is what it is, you know what I mean? It's kind of just like, I don't know, he's giving it up to someone that has some sort of influence, or groups of people that have influence, you know what I mean? People that's taking care of him. I'm picking up a vibe of gigolo. So it's kind of just like, yeah, he has luck. He definitely has luck. You know what I mean? And it's kind of just like, this is deep because I have to explain, right? There's a lot of people that would sort of just like hook up and give up their ass, or, you know what I mean, their vagina, whatever the hell case may be, but they don't come up. You know what I mean? So that's how this luck comes in, because it's kind of just like, there's a lot of hoes, a lot of people, right? But they don't come up. They just like get themselves used up and, you know, like catch shit, and it's just a sad situation. But with this guy, it's like he has a golden chariot. I know this is a boat, but it's like he has a golden chariot. Interesting energies. This is giving me a lot of shit. It's like, damn, I wasn't expecting any of this. This guy, I mean, he's involved in some deep shit. He's definitely involved in some deep shit. Let's look further with the energies. But I mean, it's a sad situation, though. It is a sad situation. How am I going to say this? Because I know what the energies is. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, I'm a little bit more sensitive these days towards energies and what I say. And I know some of you guys kind of hate that, and you guys are just like, fucking say what needs to be said and all that. But the energies are doing something a little bit different with me. It's kind of just like making me a little bit more mature with how I go about things. So if I do seem like I like, you know, watch what I say and all that, it's because I'm going through a sort of just like transformation. But how am I going to say this? Because it's like showing me some deep shit. He's entangled with things that he doesn't need to be entangled with. It has to do with his health. It has to do with his well-being. It has to do with his mind. Not just that, the people that he is hooking up with a lot of things is being exchanged. A lot of things is being exchanged. You know what I mean? Again, with these snakes. It's like he has a lot of snakes around him. Not just that, this has to do with poison as well. Connections that are poisonous, that affects your health. I'm seeing that he definitely picked up a few infections. That's as far as I'm going to go. I'm going to call it infections. Not just that, he has picked up a few sort of just like spiritual situations. You know, it's not going to be easy to sever this sort of situation that he's dealing with. I mean, through the Most High, anything is possible. The Most High can do anything, right? But what I'm seeing is, this is the sort of situation when someone realizes that they've been doing a little bit too much, like sexually and just as far as like dealing with people. Then they're kind of just like, yo, I need sort of just like a witch doctor or someone that can help me get out of like these bad spiritual ties. That's what I'm seeing. It's kind of just like he's doing too much and he's tying himself down with some forces that's going to be detrimental to his health, to his life. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now, let's... do I need to look deeper into this situation? No, it's no point, because this situation goes hand in hand with this slot. So it's kind of just like, it is what it is. That's what he's dealing with. That's what the situation is regarding him. So he's a sensitive guy. You know what I mean? Not just that. He does like love people and shit like that. He's not a complete douchebag, but people are taking advantage of him. You know, because they know that he's kind of just like stupid, I guess. Not just that, it's kind of just like, he's doing too much. He's just doing too much. Now I'm curious to look into this Chrisean female. What can I see regarding her? So I really don't know anything about this lady. So let's see. All right. It's interesting, right? This is really, really fascinating, right? Because I believe this was his first card as well. So it's showing me that their energies are really connected. Really connected. Not just that. She has a strategy for sure. She definitely has a strategy. Not just that. I mean, this is showing me some deep ass shit, right? Because a blog or vlog, however the hell you say it, was saying something like, at least the title was something like, Chrisean says that something's happening spiritually with her, that she can't escape him or some shit, like she has to deal with him. I didn't click on the video, to be honest, because I really didn't care. But what's being shown to me is that all that's bullshit. She's actually involved in some deep shit herself. Like, she's the one playing the victim, right? But she's the actual one that's doing the witchcraft. So this is deep, and I'm not trying to be like weird and shit and just like throw out witchcraft and all that to be salacious. It's none of that shit. This is just what I'm seeing. She's the one that's involved in some shady practices spiritually. Not just that. It's kind of just like what she says is happening to her. She's the one that's actually like trying to trap him. Very deep. Let's look further. Ooh, she's trying to get pregnant. She's definitely trying to get pregnant. Not just that. You see how this says resourceful? Rabbit? She uses sex to be resourceful. You know what I mean? Not just that. I mean, it is what it is. You know what the energy's like basically whispered in my ear? It said sex magic. It is what it is. I'm not trying to like be funny, but it is what it is. She's involved in some goddamn sex magic. I mean, it's not looking too good for this lady. This daring dragonfly. This is an energy of being an opportunist. That's that funny. An opportunist. This is definitely an energy of being an opportunist. Not just that. Dragonflies, they hover over water, right? They hover over emotions. She hovers over emotions. Water represents emotions. She's feeding off of his energy. Not just that, she's playing on his energy. This is a real strategic situation. This is a very deep, spiritual, strategic situation. She's playing him. So it's deep, right? Because, yeah, like, it seems like she's the fool, right? Like, people are kind of just like, yo, why is she dealing with him? She's like a fool. She has a whole operation going on as far as this BlueFace guy. She definitely has a whole operation, is what I'm seeing. Not just that, she's reckless with her shit, too. She is really reckless with her shit. Because it's kind of just like, she's out here doing the most. It's funny, it's like they're both mirroring each other, right? So it's kind of just like he's out here doing the most. She is as well. But hers is on a spiritual level, a spiritual situation. She's dealing with principalities she has no business dealing with to try to, like, I guess, come up in the world, to be somebody. You know what I mean? It has to do with love, with this heart being here. So it's kind of just like, it's showing me a lot of shit. Let's see. What else can I see? This humble honeybee. You guys, don't mistake sort of just like the ignorance. You know what I mean? Don't think that it's just a whole ignorant situation. This situation isn't an ignorant situation. Not at least on her end. You know what I mean? Because it seems like it's a humble situation. I'm not trying to be like funny, but it's like one of her tooths is missing. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, it just seems like, I guess she's just ignorant, ghetto, just like some silly ghetto chick that's like involved with like some dumbass dude. But it's none of that situation. I'm seeing that she's affiliated with some serious shit, right? Because bees, it has to do with the whole beehive. You know what I mean? Bees, it's kind of just like, it's not an energy of you kind of like being a loner. You know what I mean? It's an energy, it represents being connected to other shit. It's being connected to like sort of like a big organization, right? So what I'm seeing is just like, she's connected to a lot of shit. Not just that, the energies told me that she's a industry plant. It's kind of just like, she's not, how do I say it? He didn't like just find her randomly. This wasn't just some girl that he met. I don't know if she's a stripper, because usually these people be like strippers and shit. She kind of give off like Suki Hana vibes and shit. But it's kind of just like, this isn't just kind of just like a stripper or some random chick that he just met out of nowhere and now they're just like doing dumb shit. The industry sent her to him. The industry definitely sent her to him, is what I'm seeing. Her situation is not humble. This situation has a lot of illusions. Because it's kind of just like, she's just, again, not no random silly chick. This chick, she's associated with deep spiritual shit. Not just that. She's involved in a lot of shit. That's what I'm seeing. So it is what it is. So I guess I wasn't expecting sort of just like these energies to pop up. It was showing me some deep shit. I'm actually kind of happy because at first I was just like, okay, I'm about to do this reading and this shit's going to be boring. Like, it's just going to tell me shit that we all know. And it's kind of just like, it kind of seemed that way at first, but then this shit got really deep. But now then, let me see. Does BlueFace, does he love her? You know what I mean? Or is this just for attention? Like, what can I see? Does he love her? All right, so this definitely has to do with his emotion because the cards are face down. So let's see. He's in his head. He doesn't know what he wants. And this goes back to the immaturity, right? Because the Two of Swords, it represents not being able to, like, make a decision. Not just that, this guy, he goes in circles. You see how this is kind of like an island? I know it's not really an island because it's attached to, like, the rest of the land. But if you look at it, it does kind of look like an island. So it's like a vibe of, like, this guy, mentally, he's not all there with it. It is what it is. And I'm not, like, trying to insult him or anything like that. It is what it is. Like, this guy, he's not all there with it. Not just that, he doesn't know what he wants. He's like weird in that way. It's like 1 minute he hates her, then the next minute he cares about her, but then the next minute he's like, fuck that, then the next, it's kind of just like that situation of going in circles, and that's exactly what his situation is, from what I've seen like online. It's kind of just like 1 minute they're not together, then the next minute they're together. It's like silly that way. Not just that, there's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of conflict. So again, it's kind of like he can't make a decision, but there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of fighting. Not just that, it's kind of just like, this is deep, because it's like he would love her if it wasn't so much fighting. He feels like there's a lot of negativity in their situation. A lot of stress, anxiety, negativity. So it's kind of just like, for him, that's why he can't like make a decision. Like, he's not focused. It's like he's already dealing with shit. But it's kind of just like all this fighting is preventing him from like truly, I guess, caring about her. But he does like care about her. Like, I'm seeing love, but it's like not romantic love, but it's kind of like almost there, but it's not there. It's just too much conflict. It's conflict with like the spiritual situations, not just that, with his lifestyle. So it's like he's trapped. It's showing me other shit too, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. But let me see now. Does she love him? You know? Alright. It's interesting that this card came out sideways and face down, so it's definitely her emotions. But it's interesting that I believe this is the Ten of Wands and went back in. Yeah, so it's like an energy of burden. So for her, she's dealing with a lot of weight. She's dealing with a lot of shit. And it's kind of deep because it's like, yeah, she is a plant, an industry plant. Like, they basically planted her to like subvert what he's trying to do and to corrupt him and all sorts of weird shit. So it's a lot of burden with that. She's dealing with a lot of shit, like behind the scenes spiritually. But let's see what this card shows. Oh, damn. Nah, this lady, she's ruthless. She is so fucking ruthless. And it's deep, right? Because what was I telling you? That's kind of just like she's involved in some weird spiritual shit, right? Not just that, she's an industry plant. And you guys know what I say. When a card comes out sideways, it represents someone that's really shady. So it's kind of just like, I don't know, this betrayal energy is funny, right? Because you would think, since he's the one cheating and all that dumb shit, that he would have like the Three of Swords energy and all that. But it's showing just like he's the one that really can't like make a decision. Not just that, this lady, she's a piece of work. She's really shady, guys. Definitely shady. I mean, I'm gonna leave this reading here. I would definitely appreciate hearing you guys' opinions regarding this situation, because this shit got crazy. You know what I mean? But he needs to watch out. He definitely needs to watch out. Peace and abundance, everyone. Definitely take care.